The Russian offensive in Ukraine and the ongoing war severely impacted the global crude oil prices. The West's ban on Russian oil and gas imports led to a surge in prices. In March this year, crude oil prices soared to $140 a barrel. And since then, they have come down, but only slightly. India's response to the crude oil shock has been quick. India is the world's third biggest oil-consuming and importing country. It imports over 85% of crude oil. According to S&P Global Market Intelligence data, in 2021, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, the UAE and the United States were the top suppliers of oil for India. The biggest supplier being Iraq, supplying 24% of the demand. The United States met 8% of India's oil demands. But the country has visibly changed its oil supply chain in recent months. In the second quarter of 2022, the most visible change is the absence of the United States from the top 10 suppliers and the addition of Russia to the top suppliers list. Earlier, Russia-origin crudes made up for 1% of India's total seaborne imports in 2021. Oil imports from Russia now standing at 10%. Russia has now become the fourth largest oil supplier to India in April. The volumes are set to rise further in the coming months as low prices spur demand from India. As per trade sources, in March this year, India imported about 66,000 barrels per day from Russia. In April, it went up to 277,000 barrels per day, which is a 319% increase. Western sanctions against Russia since its invasion of Ukraine have prompted many oil importers to shun trade with Moscow, and this pushed Russia's crude discount to record levels. When India decided to buy oil from Russia at discounted rates, the West, especially Washington, criticized New Delhi for its decision. Despite pressure from the West, India stood its ground. It has been over 80 days since Russia began its invasion of Ukraine. Since then, India has been condemning the violence and the killings. It has also sent humanitarian aid. New Delhi has repeatedly called for dialogue between the two sides and has pushed for a peaceful resolution. But the West expected India to keep its economic interests aside and has continued with its hypocrisy on the matter. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.